What's up, YouTube? Jeff, your Style OG. And on today's video, I've got my list of the 10 style items you can spend a little bit more money on. If you're new to the channel, we're releasing a video every day at 4 p.m. Eastern, discussing various men's lifestyle topics, such as style, grooming, and dating. I invite you to subscribe and tap that notification bell and join us. And to my returning friends, like Ryan Cascardo, salute. Now don't get me wrong, I like a bargain just as much as the next guy. I've got a closet full of clothes from Zara, Uniqlo, ASOS, you name it. But when it comes to those staples, those timeless versatile classics, I believe you should put a little bit more money in those pieces. And that's what I'm gonna talk about today. On today's video, I'm gonna give you a rundown of 10 of the items that I think you should invest as much as you can comfortably afford in to get a timeless, classic style that you can wear over and over and be proud to rock. So without further ado, let's get into my list of the 10 style items worth investing just a little bit more dough on. First up, let's start with the category that I have one of my favorite pieces on today. That's a nice navy blazer. Now the great thing about a navy blazer, almost all of us can use one. You can dress it up, dress it down, and for the guys that don't quite want to rock a suit, it will do the job. And navy is just that classic color. And the thing about investing a little bit more on a blazer, you'll notice the difference. You'll see better materials, better construction. For instance, with this suit supply jacket, not the most expensive, not the cheapest either. Great fabric, great quality, and you guys tend to notice and compliment it every time I wear it. Cheaper jackets, you'll see the difference in construction, material, and fabric. So, a classic navy blazer worth putting a little bit more money into. Next on our list, we're going to talk about a must-have in the wardrobe of any stylish guy. The number one dress shoe you have to have when you're starting out or no matter where you are on your style journey. That's a black Oxford. Now when it comes to shoes as a whole, you want to invest as much as you can comfortably afford. Cutting corners with your shoes just won't cut it. And the black Oxford is a shoe we all have to have. This is your job interview shoe, it's your wedding shoe, and God forbid, it's your funeral shoe. It's the one dress shoe none of us can live without. And if you spend money on a quality dress shoe and take care of it, it'll last you for years and years, up to decades. So when investing in that most important dress shoe, put a bit more money in that black Oxford. But what about when you need a dress shoe that's a little bit more versatile than that stark black Oxford? I suggest you invest in a high quality black brogue, such as a wingtip. Like I said, the brown dress shoe is super versatile and is actually the shoe, if you know me well, I wear more than any. You can wear this with a suit, trousers, jeans, chinos, you name it. Anything below semi-formal, the brown brogue will do the trick. And as I mentioned with the Oxford, the more you invest, the more you get out of it. Now I spent a little bit on this wingtip, around 400 bucks, but I've had it over 10 years and I've probably worn it hundreds of times. Still looks good, still holds up. When you invest a little bit more on a quality dress shoe, you get your money back tenfold. And with the versatility of a brown brogue, definitely worth putting some more money into. Sticking along the theme of versatility brings us to our first pair of pants in this list. Invest a little bit more in some quality dark denim. Dark denim is just your grown man pair of jeans, the easiest to dress up. Looks good with a blazer, looks just as good with a t-shirt or a white Oxford button down. And when you buy a pair of jeans of higher quality, naturally they're gonna last long. Over time, they're gonna grow to fit you perfectly. It's just a pair of jeans every stylish guy needs in his wardrobe. I'm not saying you need to break the bank on a pair of jeans, but I definitely suggest you spend a little bit more coin on that pair of dark denim. Next up, we're not done talking about versatile pieces. As you notice, all these on this list are versatile style items. And that doesn't stop when we talk about a V-neck sweater. The V-neck sweater is just a classic you wear now, 20 years from now. Layer it, put it under a blazer, white Oxford button down underneath. I even rock them by themselves. A V-neck sweater is money. When you really knock it out of the park, when you invest more. Get a nice merino wool one, or even better, cashmere. This is a sweater you're gonna wear for a long time, and the better fabric it's made out of just feels softer, more comfortable. And the young ladies will definitely love to cuddle up next to you in a quality sweater. So whether you grab a navy one or a gray one, make sure you invest a little bit more in that V-neck sweater. Not quite done with the pants yet. The next item you want to spend a little bit more on, a nice pair of gray wool trousers. We're talking about, once again, a super versatile item. Whether you like a nice medium gray or my favorite light gray herringbones that I rock all the time, You can do many things with a pair of gray wool. Put them with your navy blazer when you need to get a little bit more dressed up. Wear them with some white sneakers. Put them with a pair of loafers and a button-down shirt. Nice neutral gray is gonna go with a bunch of items. These are the pair of pants you're gonna wear for many years. So it doesn't hurt to spend a little bit more for some that have great construction and great quality. We're staying in the gray family for our next pick on this list, your gray suit. Now this is one of the first suits you need to have in your wardrobe. And you should know by now, cheap suits look cheap and they wear out easily. Not saying that you can't find affordable suits and make them work, but I suggest you save a little bit more for this workhorse suit. Just like your black Oxfords, you're gonna wear this to a job interview. You're gonna wear it to a wedding. You're gonna wear it to, God forbid, like I said earlier, to a funeral. Gray suit fits in almost in every situation where you need to dress up. Since you already have the navy blazer we talked about earlier, gray suit can take care of almost all your other suited and booted needs. The gray suit's a workhorse, it's a classic. You can wear it from now for forever. So it doesn't hurt to invest just a little bit more in that gray suit. Staying in the dressed up category, we gotta have a dress shirt, right? In the ultimate dress shirt that every guy should rock, a white dress shirt. That quality white dress shirt you can wear with any suit, under any blazer, with any tie. If you had to, you could get away with it being your only dress shirt. So if you're gonna be wearing it all the time, you better spend a little bit more money on it so it'll last longer and look better. A white dress shirt looks good on everybody, on any skin tone. And since it's the do-it-all dress shirt that you can wear in many situations, put a little bit more coin into that white dress shirt. Next up is a category I always highly suggest you invest a little bit more on. That's in your outerwear, and specifically the camel overcoat. Now the thing about outerwear when it's cold outside, it might be the only piece people see on you if you keep your jacket on. It only makes sense to have a high quality, well-made one. And because camel is such a standout color, although it being very versatile, one that's not as a good quality and not well made will be easier to spot. The camel overcoat just so happens to be one of my favorite pieces. You can dress it up, you can dress it down, and that camel color just stands out. Like I said, outerwear, I always think you should spend a little bit more on. It's gonna protect you from the elements, have you looking good. Don't be cheap with your camel overcoat. Hey, if you stuck with me this long in the video, I'm probably gonna go over 10, gonna give you a bonus item or two. Hope you don't mind. Our next pick on the list has to be one of the most important accessories to invest a little bit more on. If you're gonna rock a belt, I know I'm guilty, I don't wear a belt all the time. You wanna put a little bit more money into a high quality leather belt. Leather items as a whole, you just don't wanna get cheap on. You can see the difference in a good quality leather piece. And a leather belt is no different. Get a cheap one, it's gonna crack soon. It's not gonna look as good with those quality Oxfords or wingtips we talked about earlier. Quality leather belt, just like other well-made materials, is just gonna last you longer. I may not wear a belt often, but when I throw one on, I make sure my leather belt is top notch. We're not quite done with the accessories yet. The next piece worth spending a little bit more money on, that watch. Now don't get me wrong, I don't have a problem with anybody wearing fashion watches. If you watched my video about that before, you know I don't have a problem. But I also see the value in spending a little bit more money on a watch that's made with quality materials, construction, that's gonna last longer, add a little class, add a little sophistication, and a little status. And what that price range and watch brand may be, that's up for you to decide. But there are differences in craftsmanship and materials once you spend a little bit more money. There are some quality watches to be found at lower price points, but the more you spend, the better the watch you get. And because it's one of the only pieces of jewelry us guys get to rock, nothing wrong with spending a little bit more dough on your watch. And last but certainly not least on my list, of the 10 items us guys should spend a little bit more money on, I think you should spend a little bit more dough on the signature scent. It's just something about that great cologne that leaves lingering memories in a lady's mind. To me, it's just that final touch in your style ensemble. And once you start spending a little bit more money on your fragrances, you get more signature ones that you won't see most guys rock. And on top of that, like I always say, 80% of guys don't wear cologne at all. So it helps that if you're gonna stand out for the crowd, get a standout scent. Whether you're grabbing one from Creed, Tom Ford, that's up to you. But if you wanna smell great and leave a lasting impression when you leave the room, don't hesitate to spend a little bit more on that signature scent. Okay, so there you have it. My list of the 10 style items, or spend a little bit more money on. If you like this video, I definitely think you should check out my video on how to build a minimalist wardrobe that I'll leave in the description. And make sure you let me know in the comment section which items you don't mind spending a little bit more change on in your wardrobe. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, hit that like button. Helps the channel to grow. And of course, tap that notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos we release every day at 4 p.m. Eastern. And I'll check you out tomorrow.